recession, economic downturn or credit crunch. Whatever term you use, there's no doubt businesses are entering challenging times. HSBC is committed to supporting small businesses, which is why we've made this film. We've got 5 top tips that could help you and your business right now. We'll be talking to businessmen and women to find out what they're doing and asking a range of experts for their advice. So, what's our first tip? In terms of, the way you're running the business, what's the most important thing for you?
Cash flow. I think for next year, we need to have enough capital, enough money in the bank for us to, buy stocks to carry on with our business. So I think capital is really important.
It becomes absolutely vital that you know where you're spending your money, what your cash flow is going to be, and you need to have systems in place so that you can foresee any problems.
So we've moved our cash flow from the back of the management information to the front, so before the profit and loss, before the balance sheet. So every time we produce the management information, right there we can see our cash position.
One of the things that we try and do is have a rolling 3-monthly cash flow cycle, so we have a good sense for what our cash position will be kind of each month, 3 months in advance.
We're an invoice finance business, and that's a really useful service at this time, because if you're raising invoices from the generation of sales, we can provide you with immediate cash flow.
Well, we currently use invoice finance, invoice discounting to help fund our whole business.
We look at costs, whether those costs can be looked at in terms of the hours that you're open, and in terms of course of energy costs can be saved.
Small businesses, I think, have one significant advantage over large businesses, and that is they're very light on their feet. They can adapt and respond. They have a great deal more flexibility.
We just got to be more cautious with our stock, maybe looking at the price range, not too expensive, maybe more affordable, and less quantity.
Our suppliers to deliver direct to store cuts down our stock holding, and it also cuts down our labour and handling the product twice.
How can you actually reduce your travel budget? And that could be, for example, through better planning. If you're looking further ahead, you can get much better deals on the railways, for example, and you can save yourselves an absolute fortune.
Marketing is an absolutely key challenge, and the companies that you compete with are massive. So I think a key thing is that you can't try and compete with these companies just in the same way that they do it.
It's during turbulent times when your rivals may be taking it quiet that you need to up the ante on advertising, on marketing.
If you're a business marketing to other businesses, you can actually turn around to your customer base and ask for introductions maybe to other areas of the business or to partners, which will open up new opportunities for you.
Now is a great opportunity to go out there and market ourselves, because up until that point we just hadn't had the time. We'd been so busy. And as a result, we are bringing in fantastic new clients.
Word of mouth is really important, and also increasingly online. It's a really relevant medium for our consumers anyway.
If there's an opportunity to take on a really, really good sales and marketing person, doesn't matter what marketplace you're working in and what economic climate, take them.
You almost need to sell your way through the tough times, so you've got to be more proactive than ever.
Try and win new business by getting referrals from existing customers, that type of thing.
Is that a good thing to do in this time?
Very much so, and a lot of my customers do that, and they've been very successful. And it's a very cheap way of getting business.
You should always make sure you maintain good communication channels with your bank and try and avoid encountering problems without talking to the bank.
I think people should look at themselves, talk to their immediate neighbours, in business terms, talk to their bank. Bank has access to information such as we provide that's not necessarily available elsewhere. Talk to the Chamber of Commerce, network and understand what's going on locally.
We operate a no surprises policy with other people that are involved in your cash making decisions, such as your bank managers. So keep in touch and lean on their expertise at key times to make sure that you're making the best possible decisions that you can.
Talk to people who think like yourself, who run businesses like yours, who have been through difficult times, who have been through the difficulties of the early 90s.
A number of manufacturers are actually looking overseas, seeing where there are opportunities, because demand has fallen here. There are other countries where demand is high. And certainly their goods now, as sterling falls, get cheaper and cheaper.
There are customers elsewhere throughout the world, so it should be just as easy to trade from London to Doncaster as it is from London to Berlin or to Rome.
The government have opened a scheme for Cycle to Work scheme. A couple of our staff are very well trained, and they'll go into companies, see the employers and employees, and they'll do a talk through how it all works, present it all to the companies, and we've got a few people taking up on that.
I think what people need to do is be aware of where the government money is going, the industries to which it's directed, and the income groups to which any tax cuts are aimed, and be prepared to respond to that injection of cash.
And if you're a small businessman, don't panic.
Don't panic, keep your nerve. We'll come through this in reasonable shape.
As you've seen in this film, there's lots of practical steps you can take to help your business get through this period. Believe in your abilities and ask for advice. To recap, our top tips are: manage your cash flow, look at cutting your costs, explore sales and marketing, build relationships and get advice, and finally, seek out new opportunities for you and your business. You'll find plenty more information and useful contacts if you log on to network.hsbc.co.uk.